Okay, well, let's try that again. I'll wait for everybody to maybe disconnect from the other one. I don't know what happened there. There's Peggy. Hi, Peggy and Shelly. Sorry about the issues I was having. I still don't know what that was. It was like I was talking and then just my screen just froze. I don't totally were. Hi. I'm so sorry, you guys, that I didn't get a chance to scope the essential oils. Oh gosh, that was it. The one for emotional wellness. By the time, it was so good. Oh my gosh, so good. Peggy, it would have been so much more awesome if you were here, or all of you. That would have been way more awesome. Representing Stacy's crew, right? Anyway, I'm just going to talk real quick. There was a number of topics, and you'll see me look down a few times just because I've got notes. I've got lots of notes. So, but I really just want to do the top 3 takeaways. So first of all, I'll tell you the classes I was in. I was in, hang on. It's not that I've forgotten. I just have notes. Detox your home. Sensory processing and how oils can help that, and if you're not familiar with that, that's usually like a secondary condition of like autism or ADHD. And also the releasing emotional blocks class. So those are the 3 I'm just going to touch on super briefly. Let's see. So detoxing your home was awesome. One of the first things I learned, because I get it, I don't know if you guys get this when you're speaking to people about Young Living essential oils, which, by the way, when I'm talking about essential oils in this scope, that is what I'm referencing, because I don't use any other sorts of oils. So she was saying that the Dr. David Stewart, if you're familiar with the chemistry of essential oils and all of that, talks about there's literally no way that you can be allergic to essential oils because the polypeptides, which cause allergic reactions, are removed in the distillation process. So if you ever come across anyone that says, well, I can't do that because I have an allergy to this oil or that, it's actually not it's most likely a detox reaction and not a legitimate allergy. So, so there was that. Let me see here. Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm flipping wildly back and forth. There is a great book on the detox process. Isn't that interesting? I thought so too. I was like, that's really cool. Just some quick facts. Most women put 15 bath or personal care products on their body or face or skin per day. It takes 26 seconds to absorb those products through the skin, making your system way more vulnerable to toxic products. So be careful what you're putting in your body. There's a book by Dr. Samuel Epstein called Toxic Beauty. That is awesome. And you guys should check that out if you can. And also real quick, the best blends for cleaning, if you're using your own products, if you're DIYing, yes, Toxic Beauty, yes, are Thieves, Purification, and Citrus Fresh. Those, along with the Thieves Cleaner, household cleaner, which is a concentrated cleaner, will literally obliterate any need for any other cleaning products, and literally it's the only one that I use, and it's amazing. So, okay, let's see. And then, of course, when we talk about detoxing, we also want to look at diet as well, but that's my own personal deal there. All right, so sensory processing. She touched on 3 of the less commonly known senses. It's named by a lady by the name of Deanna Lesher. She's local to Kansas City and runs a private practice called Pediatric Connections. She first talked about tactile, which is the sense of touch, and these are your kids. Like, again, they have most likely already been diagnosed with ADHD, autism, or some form of neurological behavioral disorder. So sensory processing disorder is secondary to that. With the tactile kids that suffer, they don't like to play in sand, or they don't like to play in dirt, or they don't generally like messes, On the other hand, on the other side, they also can't keep their hands to themselves, if that makes sense. That's another one. And then she said something that was really cute. She said that she read somewhere that we need 4 daily hugs just to survive, 8 to maintain our well-being, and 12 to grow, because it releases oxytocin, which is a bonding chemical, and it also makes, think about when you cuddle with someone, how you feel when you're cuddling. It's that same hormone when you give someone a hug. So I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, let's see. And then the next one she talked about, this one's a mouthful, proprioceptive. And that is your body's position in space and kind of how it works. So in this, when we're talking about sensory processing, we're looking at rough or aggressive kids or the klutzy, prone to accident kids. And both of those, their brains are seeking regulation. So, and then the final one is vestibular, which is your sense of balance and spatial awareness. So if you've got, again, that kind of comes into those kids that have trouble with balance and those sorts of things. Those are generally kids that are seeking regulation in that area. So she said when you're looking for essential oils to help with that, look for oils with high sesquiterpenes, which increase oxygen in the brain. Some examples of that could be brain power, clarity, frankincense, and you can feather those. If you're using it on a child, you could feather them down the spine, or if they're bothered by the smell, you can layer them on the big toe, which is a Vitaflex point for the brain. Obviously, Ningxia Red daily is a thing, and those of you who are on the scope who aren't familiar with Ningxia Red, that is a essential oil infused juice drink that includes way more nutrients than you'll ever be able to take in. So I can always send you more information on that if you would like. You can get in contact with me on my Facebook page, Casey Paleo Girl. So she also said in the morning to diffuse any of the citrus oils, energy, and clarity. She also likes to tell her patients to get these silicone essential oil bracelets from essentialbracelets.com. And also that rosemary is great for memory. And also too, vetiver, layering together vetiver, lavender, and cedarwood in a base of coconut oil, like 2 minutes between each oil, is excellent for that as well. Let's see here. And then for the afternoon, oil-infused Play-Doh. I'm going to show you. This is one of the ones I got. This is spearmint. And then I also got, lavender right there. And that's for your tactile kids, right, that need touches. And I got them. Oh no, where's my other one? Well, the other one is Christmas Spirit. And these guys right here are really good for tactile kids who need to put their hands in things, right? And actually maybe get some satisfaction of kneading and manipulating things with their hands. I got that actually for my son because even though he's adult, might bulk a little bit at playing with Play-Doh, but I think it will help him. So that's in the afternoon, or you could also do peace and calming in a roller bottle. And then in the evening before they go to sleep, because sleep is super important to everyone, but specifically if you're already dealing with something like a sensory processing disorder, you really need that restorative sleep. So some of the oils that will help support sleep would be vetiver on the big toe, and frankincense and cedarwood and lavender diffused at night, 7 drops total between the 3. And the cool thing about that is a typical Young Living diffuser diffuses for 4 hours, and then the molecules are so micro, they're so small that they stay in the air and give benefit for another 2 hours. So you get 6 straight hours of benefits from essential oils if you diffuse. And also think about that right, isn't that a good mix? Yes. Oh, sorry. It might be mine too. I don't know. I thought I had pretty good Wi-Fi here, but maybe not. Okay. Yeah, it's an excellent mix. And think about it. You're in a sleep pattern, so your body is already restoring itself. your body is restoring itself, and these oils are going to help support all of that. So I thought that was really awesome. Oh, and check this out. Issues with flavor or texture are typically due to an oral dysfunction or problem that began when they were an infant. If you're familiar with the suck, swallow, breathe function, right? So like when they're breastfeeding or they're feeding by bottle, if they have any problem as an infant with the suck, swallow, breathe progression, most likely they will grow up to have issues with food and flavor or texture. So how cool is that? I mean, yes, technically there are picky kids, but I 9-0, I bet it would start as an infant, because you would not believe the amount of things that start as a child. So let's see here. And finally, my favorite class, and the entire reason I came here, was the Releasing Emotional Blocks class, and that was by Dr. Anna Rentis of Rentis Holistic Care. Again, she's also local to the Kansas City area, and she gave us a few tips, which I kind of already knew, but the first one were that 1 in 4 adults deal with some form of mental health issue, whether that's seasonal affective disorder or depression or anxiety or sociopathic tendencies, that sort of thing. So then she explained the cross crawl thing, and what that is when a baby learns to crawl, they go left arm out, right leg, and then switch. So right arm, Dr. Anna Rentis, ANARENTAS. I'll say it again, ANARENTAS, Anna Rentis. But yeah, she talks about when we're walking, we do the same thing, and she goes, it's basically left brain function at the same time. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and that's how the brain is meant to function, which is left and right to working together. Some lifestyle options, which is what she likes to focus on when you're dealing with any of these issues, are some healthy fruits that are high in serotonin, so like plantains, bananas, kiwis, that sort of thing. Some veggies and nuts that she mentioned were like avocado, tomato, walnuts, which, she says an old thing that she learned a long time ago was that walnuts are good for your brain and also they're brain shaped, so which helps you remember that. If you deal with seasonal affective disorder, the LED lamps or white light lamps you can get on Amazon, you do those for like 15 minutes a day or 15 minutes of sunlight first thing in the morning. And also some from Young Living, the oils from the Feelings Kit. And I'll go into that a little bit here in just a second. But check this out. Peggy, if you're still on here, did you know that Idaho Blue Spruce has a frequency of 500 megahertz? It's like the highest frequency oil that Young Living has. I always thought it was frankincense, but no, she said it was Idaho Blue Spruce, so I thought that was interesting. And she said for emotional issues, you want to diffuse with lavender and vetiver. Right? And then she told us about, I wish I had a way to hold this down, or so I could show you. Well, I might be able to show you. So she did this thing called the Self-Balance Valor Technique. And I am so sorry about my hair. It's really freaky today. I'm so sorry. I need to get it together. All right. So what you do is you swipe on one wrist. You put Valor in a roller ball and you swipe across. Just one swipe across your wrist. And then, okay, let me see if I can. Can you see me? You can't see my wrist. Okay, then you cross them. Right? And after you cross them, you close your eyes. I'm going to demonstrate. You close your eyes. You got your wrists crossed. Close your eyes. Breathe in. Look up. Breathe out. Still with your wrist crossed. You close. Come back this way. Keep your eyes closed. Breathe in. Look up. Breathe out. And that brings the entire body back into balance. So I thought that was really, really cool. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to talk about are some of the oils in the Feelings Kit and how to apply them. And if you want, I might do I have the feelings kit. I know, isn't that cool? If you want, I can always do a separate scope on the feelings kit and go through, the sesquiterpenes and the megahertz and really get into that. So, okay. So forgiveness. Now, forgiveness isn't always about forgiving other people. Forgiveness it's about inner and outer forgiveness. So maybe you've not lived the best life, and there are some things that you're holding yourself accountable for still. So forgiveness would be an awesome one to use here. You apply it to your belly, specifically your navel, and then your chest. So, and you would do that, I believe it's twice a day for 30 days, or at least or you could also do it when you're feeling like you're unforgiving of yourself or others. Harmony is applied along the midline of the body, right? So for those of you that are familiar with chakras, it's those points, right? And you could also behind, I can't show you that one, but at the sacrum as well. Again, that's just if you're, maybe a little scattered, or, you've been in a situation that causes you any disharmony in the mind, you could apply that. Inner child, maybe you had a trauma as a child, or you have issues trusting people. You would use this again to the chest and the belly, the navel, to any time that you have any feelings that you can't be your true self. Present time, which is one of my favorites, does what it says it does. It keeps you in the present instead of focusing on the past or looking too far and worrying about the future. That one you put right here in the front of the neck, or right here on your head. Again, anytime that and really I'm giving you application points, but she said you could put them however you want. These are just guidelines, and I'm getting really hot, as you can tell, because I'm starting to flush. And a really good analogy of the present time thing, right? Oh, me too. So me too. That's why I love it. I'm going to give you a real quick analogy because I'm in my car. So y'all see the back, right? That back rearview window. So that's really big, right? And sometimes we focus, so much. It's behind you for a reason, because you're not supposed to be looking out like when you're driving, you're not supposed to be doing this when you're driving, right? Because it's dangerous. You need to be looking ahead. So real quick, I'm going to see if this will do this. Maybe not. Okay, well then I'll do this. This is your rearview mirror. You definitely are not supposed to, and it's smaller for a reason, because you just need to see behind you enough to get out of the situation that you're in, or the parking spot. Okay, so, and then the front window, the front here, your windshield, is much larger because you need to see what's right in front of you. So it's kind of that analogy there. And then release, thank you. Release is, you put it on your liver, right? It's all protected here by your rib cage, but it's in this general area, so that's where you would apply it. But she said be very careful, and I've honestly witnessed this myself. She's like, you don't want to put release on and then go, I'm just going to go shopping or hang out with family, because if you have anything that needs to be released emotionally, most likely you're going to release it not long after you apply that oil. So you want to be super, super careful with that one. Unless, you want to unload, on your family. I don't know. And then finally, that's all the ones in the feelings kit. But then she also mentioned Sarah oil. She said that it was really great for severe trauma. So that is basically all of my takeaways from this event. I was super impressed with it. I thought they gave really good information, although some of their guest speakers, who I'm guessing weren't necessarily Young Living members, kind of brushed the rules of compliance, but whatever, I don't care. You know me, I do what I do, and that's me. So, yes, I know, Melissa smells amazing. I actually just got that one. I got to figure out quite how to use this. Oh, thank you so much. All right, guys, I need to get on the road and get to my family. I've been away from them since about 8 o'clock this morning. So, and I'm in Olathe, and I live in Leawood. I don't live in Leawood. That would be cool. Maybe someday. I'm in Olathe, but I live in Raytown, so it's quite a drive. So I need to get on the road. For those of you, you're so welcome. And for those of you who don't know me and are more interested in oils or holistic health in general, I am a 21-day sugar detox certified coach. 21-day sugar detox is a real whole food based program to change your palate from sugar and processed foods into more real whole foods. It's a program that was started by Diane Sanfilippo. And I'm also Czech Institute certified level 1 holistic life coach. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course here on Periscope as Casey Paleo Girl. I would love to have you and share my wealth of information with you. And of course, if you need more one-on-one or even want to get a group of friends together and do a coaching group, I would love to do that as well. And of course, I'm also a passionate sharer of Young Living essential oils. They are the only essential oils that you're welcome, that I recommend, and especially as a health coach. So, all right, you guys have been awesome. I thank so much for all of you who shared and who stuck with me through all of it. You guys have an awesome evening and a great Lord's Day tomorrow, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.